Hello, beautiful people. I'm super excited to be here with you today, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Chanel Spencer. I'm the CEO of Maximum Evolution, and I help women to transform their lives by bringing their vision into fruition, because we are no longer waiting for a seat or fighting for a seat at anyone else's table. We're just going to go and build our own. And you can connect with me at Chanel Spencer Now on both Instagram and Facebook, and my website, www.readytotransformnow.com. And I put now after everything because it's now action, not later action. So make sure you go and connect with me at Chanel Spencer Now. And make sure you go to my website, www.readytotransformnow.com. Well, after this episode, but yes, readytotransformnow.com. And today I'm giving you the quote of the day, and it is by Booker T. Washington. Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome. And that is so powerful, because so often we will sit and beat ourselves up and be our own worst critic on where we aren't in life, in the goals that we have not achieved, and comparing to what we see others are doing. But when we sit back and look at how far we have come, when we sit back and look at our journey and what we have, the barriers we have broken down and the chains that we have broken as well, you will literally see that you have achieved success already. There are so many things in adversities that we face on a day-to-day basis. So when you compare yourself and look at where you have come from yesterday, what you overcame 5 years ago, you will see that you have really, truly achieved success already. And everything else is a bonus. So remember, you are powerful. Remember that you can do and achieve anything that you want to do in this world. It is all up to you and for you to make that decision to have now action versus later action. And again, my name is Chanel Spencer, and you can connect with me at Chanel Spencer Now on Facebook and Instagram. And my website is www.readytotransformnow.com. And I help women to transform their lives by bringing their vision into fruition. Thank you so much for tuning in with us, and have a wonderful day. Bye, beautiful people.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Taria Vision Avant, and I wanted to just jump up here real quick and tell you, have you heard about the Urban CEO Network? Darling, if you have not heard about Urban CEO, then you need to make sure that you jump on board. Right now, we have a special so that you can actually be a part of our Urban CEO Academy, which is our monthly membership program, where not only do you get exclusive access to events, discounts, and things of that nature, but you also get training that's designed to help you to grow your business. Right now, you can join for 7 days for free and see what we're all about. All you need to do is go to urbanceoacademy.com and check us out. For real. Like, we're the fastest growing organization right now, designed to help men and women that come from the urban community that want to grow in business, that want to grow in their career, or you simply just want to be able to grow in your life. Urban actually stands for unapologetic, real bold, action-oriented, and non-conforming. So come over here, check us out, join. We want you to be a part of what we're doing. 7 days free. You have really, it's a win-win situation, so you can see what we're all about, all right? So join. I look forward to seeing you guys there. I'm going to talk to you later. Deuces.
Hello, beautiful people. And I am back with the announcements. Just in case you missed it, my name is Chanel Spencer, and I'm the CEO of Maximum Evolution. And I help women to transform their lives by bringing their vision into fruition. Because we are no longer waiting for a seat at anyone else's table. We're just going to go and build our own. Okay? And today's announcements are: Urban CEO has the Ultimate Conference coming November 14th and 15th with daily, yes, I said daily, giveaways, including cash, digital gifts, physical gifts like microphones, webcams, and more. All tools to help you expand your business or careers. Registration is free, and we only have 100 seats. To register, go to www.urbanceonetwork.com today. Yes, today. We only have 100 seats. Make sure you go to www.urbanceonetwork.com today to secure your seat. Do you want to promote your business to thousands? Urban CEO has packages for any kind of budget. For the tea on how to get in front of thousands of buyers, email promotions@urbanceonetwork.com. Okay? And again, my name is Chanel Spencer. I'm the CEO of Maximum Evolution, and I help women to transform their lives by bringing their vision into fruition, because we are no longer waiting for a seat at anyone else's table. We're just going to go and build our own. And you can connect with me on Instagram and Facebook at Chanel Spencer Now, and my website, www.readytotransformnow.com, because it is now action, not later action. Have a great day.
Hey, guess what, y'all? As real as it gets, it's on Ice Cold TV Television Network every Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. Central, 9:30 Eastern on any Roku TV, any Roku device, or you can tune in at IceColdTVTelevisionNetwork.com. Don't miss it, baby.
Will Roundtree, Twyla Portis, Carla Beatles, Orlando Haynes, Dr. Jasmine Zapata, Andrea Williams, Dr. LaTanya Jackson, Kitten Gray, Brian Keith Bailey, Isabel Rojas, and then we have Micro, we have Annette Bryant, as well as Dr. Stevie Aisha Mills. What do all these people have in common? My name is Taria Visionavant, and since 2014, I've helped more than 5,000 speakers, coaches, and network marketers to write books to grow their business. Look, this is the best time more than ever to actually finally get that book done. So if you want to join my free masterclass and learn more about how I can help you to get your book done, go to abookin30days.com. I hope you join me. We actually have an intensive book camp coming up very soon. So I hope that you pull up on us and join me. All right. So abookin30days.com, and I'll see you there. Deuces. All right, Urban CEOs. So we are back. This has been an absolutely awesome show. And what about the brand new authors corner? Like, isn't that fire? You know, one thing I truly believe, especially when we come from the urban community, darling, we got to make sure we plug into them books, okay? And so we're going to continue to keep on highlighting many incredible authors that are pulling up from the urban community. So make sure that you support those authors, but not only just support it, but, you know, read those books, you know, plug into information and change the way that you see things. Well, I'm super excited because we have another one of our incredible VIP guests here for the Urban CEO as Real as It Gets TV show. And y'all, look, I am so excited about our guest today because he is just doing some incredible things. Well, look, let me just go ahead and pull up his wonderful picture real quick so you guys can get a chance to see a little bit about him. His name, as you can see, guys, is Marcus Roberts Deloach, and he's not only an author, an entrepreneur, a speaker, a marketer, also an athlete, was in college and made a decision to actually leave out of college to pursue his full-time entrepreneurship status, running multiple businesses. And as you can see, today's title is The Keys to Understanding Your Purpose and Succeeding During This Pandemic. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all, look, before I even bring him on the screen, I really love this title because, you know, I'm seeing what's going on in the world today. It's scary to believe that we live in the world's most powerful country, the world's most affluent country, and we have so many of our people who are just getting put out because they don't know what they don't know. And so I'm excited about this conversation. And so I want you guys to give it up to our VIP guest of the day. Again, his name is Marcus Roberts Deloach. Let's give it up. So Marcus, how you doing? What's going on with you, brother? Hold on, I can't hear you.
First, I just want to thank you for the opportunity to share.
Listen.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you now. You broke up just a little bit, but what were you saying? I just saw a big old smile.
I just wanted to thank you. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share in the platform with me, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, we are really excited to have you here, not just because of the mindset that you have, but definitely this topic of being able to stay afloat, being able to push through during these tough times. Now I know I didn't give you much of an introduction, kind of just real surface level. So do me a favor and share with everybody a little bit about who you are and how you've gotten to where you are today.
Yes, absolutely. So my name is Marcus Robert Saloch, just so we're not strangers. And I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I am the founder and CEO of One Percenters Marketing Agency, as well as Purpose to Prosper, and many, many other businesses, as well as a speaker and an author. So just in a nutshell, that's who I am.
Okay, so now, because I was asking you when we first got started, I said, I thought you were 25. You said, no, correction. I'll be 24 soon, but I'm 23 years young. And I think that's really powerful because I know for me, when I was 23 years old, honestly, like my number one goal was to try to be able to, get into the club VIP. Like I really, dabbled a little bit in entrepreneurship, but it was nothing that I ever stuck with. I just was trying all types of stuff and quitting all types of things. What would you say has gotten you to the point of really like being an entrepreneur? And then, going into it full time, like where did you get that from?
Honestly, I would say I think it really started in college for me, and maybe even going back to high school. As an athlete, really just developing the mindset to succeed. And one of the things that I've been able to learn and see is that it really is the same mentality in the business world, and in entrepreneurship. It's just really having the will to succeed. And just carrying that over, when I was in college, I went to school off the strength of the fact that I had the opportunity to play college athletics. But I knew for sure that when I graduated from college, I didn't even want to work for anyone else. And, just like we shared offline, I haven't even graduated from college yet. But it was really just, being able to put myself in a position to build something that was going to outlast me. Mm-hmm. And, also putting myself in a position to be able to inspire others and allow them to know that at a young age, things are possible for you. It's just, the work ethic and being able to surround yourself around the right people.
I love that. And you're right about that. It's always about being around the right people. I say that all the time. I know I would not be where I am today if it wasn't because I wasn't positioned around some pretty successful people. So you named a couple of businesses. Tell us a little bit about, I want to hear about all your businesses. Tell us about each one of your businesses and what you actually do.
Yes. So I have a social media marketing agency. The name of our company is One Percenters Marketing Agency, where we focus around creating, developing, and expanding personal brands as well as small to large businesses. And one of the main things that we really do is just work with individuals, whether they're a business owner or whether they're a personal brand, and just focus on being able to connect with the right people online, being able to help them sell their product and or service, and really helping them to understand how to utilize the platform. Because let's be real, there's a lot of individuals that are on social media who have this platform, but they don't necessarily know how to utilize it. And it's a primary example of how you and I have this interview today. Without social media, it wouldn't have even been possible. And then with my organization, Purpose to Prosper, we're a new organization, but one of the things we focus around is being able to bring entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs together into an environment where they're putting themselves in a position to be around like-minded people, but also they're getting the information. There's a lot of people out there who lack information. One of the things that my mentors always says to me is that information changes situations. So when you put yourself in a position to learn and educate yourself and get the right information, it allows you to get to the next level. Those are two of my main focuses. And then I have a book publishing company that's in the works that will be launching as well as my very first business that I started in college, which is an e-commerce business.
Wow. So 4 different businesses, which honestly, when you're naming all the businesses, they in a way kind of work together, which I think is really powerful. And I always share that, if you're going to open up different businesses, make sure that they somehow do connect, because it's only one of us. We don't have multiple of us, unfortunately. And so you got to make sure that you're not overworking yourself and getting just paid very little because you're stretching yourself too thin. Well, I definitely love everything that you've got going on. Kudos to you. Who would you say, I know you mentioned having a mentor, who would you say are like your inspirations? You're an athlete as well, basketball player. So who are the people that you look up to every day? For me, I'm just going to let you know who mine are. Okay. So I've got Oprah Winfrey and Sarah Blakely. In fact, I have them both on my wall. They're both billionaires women, and they are just true inspirations. So for you, who do you look up to?
Wow, so that's a great question, and honestly, across the board, there's so many individuals. But one of the things I'll kind of lead with that I think a lot of people miss out on is that you have the opportunity to put yourself in a position where people can be your mentor and you don't even know them. How is that possible? You watch their YouTube videos, you listen to their audio, you're plugged into their social media. You're just watching what it is that they're doing, but you're learning from them. And there's a lot of people who miss that. So for me, across the board, there's a lot, but when I think about it, Steve Harvey is an individual, that I favor, listen to him quite often. Although he passed away, Jim Rohn is another one. And literally, like, there's a long list. So I'm not going to give you name by name because there's a lot of individuals, that I personally know that, I learn a lot from on the weekly basis. But those are just, larger names of individuals that, I'm sure people are aware of. P. Diddy is another individual, Jay-Z, just simply because outside of the fact that, P. Diddy as well as Jay-Z, they're rap artists, they're also businessmen. And, when you look at what it is that they've accomplished across the board and what it is that they do, they impact their communities on top of, they get things done to be able to take care of themselves as well as their family. So those are just, some that I can name right off the top of my head.
Well, that's what's up. I mean, again, you're just really inspiring me. I mean, you definitely were dropping some names of some individuals that I also look up to as well. So that is just so awesome. Well, now at the time of this recording, our world is going through the craziest times ever. I don't know that I know in my lifetime, I've never experienced anything close to this, and I'm sure as well as you. And, a lot of the ways that we're doing business, a lot of the ways that we're living life, I mean, jobs, school, everything is just different. And so right now, I think a lot of people for some people that are taking advantage of it, it's a good opportunity because you're now starting to identify some of the things that maybe you're good at. We like to call that your purpose or the things that you're gifted at. And so during these times, I know this is something that you help people out with. How is it that you recommend somebody go about being able to put into action finally the things that they've always said they wanted to do? Like, what are some of the things that you're noticing?
So one of the things that I would definitely say is don't miss out on opportunity because it doesn't have a paycheck attached to it. There's a lot of us who turn down, multiple opportunities or we won't necessarily take it on just simply because there's no money attached to it. When the reality is, when you take on those things that are free, when you put yourself in a position and you be around the environment or you do things that are free, by default, later down the line, you'll be rewarded for it. But also another thing that one of the things that my mentor told me was that if you're persistent, you get it. And if you're consistent, you will keep it. So there's a lot of people who are persistent at what it is that they do, but they're not consistent. So because they lack consistency, it doesn't put them in a position to go anywhere beyond, where they were last week, where they were last month, or where they were last year, just simply because it requires that consistency. So there's a lot of people who just need to really focus on being consistent in the areas in which they are gifted in and really, again, put themselves in a position to excel to another level.
You better go ahead. Come on with it. Listen, honey, snap. Literally talking the type of language that I speak. It's all about being consistent. You don't want your audience to be confused about what you do. You got to stay focused in that space and build that platform. So what do you recommend to someone right now? They're saying, well, Marcus, it sounds good and everything, but I don't even know what I'm good at. Like, how do I figure out what is my purpose in life? What would you share to that person?
So one of the things that I always say is just, really identify things that come naturally to you that are hard to everyone else. And I'm sure that sounds, super simple, or it's like, hey, that I want an overcomplicated answer, because there's a lot of people who want the overcomplicated answer, but it's really just the small, simple things. But you have to really get in touch with, again, what it is that you are good at. What comes easy to you and it's hard to everyone else? What are those things that some people come to you on the weekly basis and or on a monthly basis and they're asking you questions about that is just natural to you? It could be speaking, it could be writing, it's so many things that I could sit here and name that a lot of people pass up on and they don't pay attention to it because, like we already said earlier on, it doesn't pay them any money right now. So it's like, oh, well, hey, this doesn't pay me any money. It's irrelevant. But if you really, start to hound in and you start to focus on those things and you begin to identify them, it really becomes easier for you. So just a primary example, because I always like to give people realistic examples. For me, it was speaking. And the reason why I was able to get in touch and figure it out was because at a young age, I was always the individual who wanted to empower individuals. You know, when I spoke to them, I just wanted to make you laugh, I wanted to make you smile, I wanted to make you feel better. And then, you know, as I became an athlete, as multiple things began to happen for me, I realized that it was a gift. And because it was a gift, again, I began to understand that it was connected to my purpose, which all as a whole, you know, it really allowed me to be able to do the things that I do. So that's just the same thing for, you know, everyone else. You have to pay attention to those small things because the small things matter.
Yes, that's so good. The small thing, and guys, this is the thing. Another thing I always like to share, Marcus, is many times somebody will look at you and they say, "Well, you know, he's really great at speaking, so maybe I should just try to do speaking." Because I mean, I like to speak, but that may not necessarily be the thing that people come to you for, or it may not be the thing that you're gifted at. And when he's saying it's small things, I mean, literally, y'all. I always say this: if they'll Google it, they'll pay for it. It could be as small as, how do you organize your closet like that? Like, there are people who make 6 and 7 figures organizing closets. Like, we're talking about $500,000 homes to $1 million homes. They get paid to come in and organize closets. Imagine you start a whole business off of something like that. I think a lot of times the challenge, Marcus, is that we overcomplicate stuff. We try to make it, like you said, I'm trying to simplify it as best as I possibly can, but I know y'all want the detailed and the most down dirty answer that you can't find, but the truth is keeping it simple. Well, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? You know, you're still young, and do you have a girlfriend or anything like that? We can get married and stuff.
I'm actually married. I just got married. Yep, I am married. This month we'll have been married 3 months now. I got married to my high school sweetheart.
Oh, congratulations!
You know, when I really think about, I love the question, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? And, you know, I always answer it very confidently. I see myself as a multimillionaire. And it's not just, when I say I see myself as a multimillionaire, it's not just going to be based upon what I do. It's just based upon the individuals that I put myself in a position to be around, the work that I do, and the focus that it requires. But on top of that, you know, I see myself being able to empower millions of people around the world, you know, truly being able to work with individuals like yourself and really, you know, focusing around how we connect with one another and how we all can help each other to accomplish things. So I think that's, you know, the most simple way to be able to answer it.
I appreciate that, and I love it. I absolutely love it, and I really hope that, you know, Urban CEO can definitely play a small role in that journey to becoming a multimillionaire. I know it's already done for you. It's just now we got to wait for the bank account to catch up, right? So yeah. Absolutely. How can someone get in contact with you, Marcus?
Yeah, so on all my social media platforms, no matter where it is that you look in, you can find me at I am Marcus RD. Again, at I am Marcus RD. I'm the most active on Instagram, but you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, as well as YouTube. Just launched a new YouTube channel. So yeah, you know, that's how you can reach me.
Dopeness. All right, so now I got to ask you this question. I'm going to ask you about our acronym URBAN, right? Okay. So URBAN actually stands for, and I'll repeat it again, and I want you to pick which of them you feel are best for you. URBAN stands for unapologetic, real bold, action-oriented, and non-conforming. So I want you to tell me, like, what stands out to you and why do you feel that that is you? So again, unapologetic, real bold, action-oriented, and non-conforming. Go ahead.
So I'm going to say action-oriented, hands down. And I remembered it from when we talked about it offline because I wrote it down. And it's 100% action-oriented. One of the things, and why I say it's action-oriented, is because action takers are money makers. I tell my mentees that. My mentor tells me that. And there's a lot of people who say they want to do this and say they want to do that, but they don't take the action behind it. It's one of the things that, you know, anybody that surrounds himself around me on the regular basis, you know, I say it all the time. It's not about what it is that you're saying, but it's about what it is that you're doing. One of the words that I don't allow in my vocabulary, I don't allow my wife to say it, I don't allow my little sister to say it, or anybody, is try.
Come on now.
There's a lot of people who try a lot of things, but instead of trying, you need to focus on doing. Because once you begin to focus on what it is that you're actually doing, what you focus on expands. So it's definitely 100% action-oriented.
I love it. Yes! Yes! Okay. Listen, we not trying over here, y'all. We doing it. All right, Marcus, look, any last imparting words that you would like to leave? This was a real show right here. This is why we call it As Real As It Gets TV. But any last imparting words that you would like to leave to our fellow urban CEOs?
Absolutely. And there's one thing that, they going to quote me on this at my funeral, and it's nothing as hard as it seems. What do I mean by that? There's a lot of things that you personally, for any individual that's going to watch this, you really have to know that nothing in life is as hard as it seems. And when you really begin to focus on, like we already talked about, breaking down the small things, focus on where it is that you are now, where it is that you can go, what are things that you've already accomplished, what more can you accomplish, and knowing that it's not impossible for you to be able to do it. The future is yours, and no one can take that away from you.
Well, Marcus, thank you so much again. Marcus Roberts Deloach, y'all. He's in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to be specific, y'all. He is lighting it up, but I know that he's not just national, but international. Make sure that you pull up on him, reach out to him, let him know that you heard him on the show, get his book, plug into his programs, y'all. I get so inspired when I see another fellow, one of our kings out here doing it real big. Well, y'all, that's another edition of As Real As It Gets TV. That was fire. I'm pumped up. Listen, I'm about to go. I don't know. You said you too? I'm on fire. So y'all, we're going to go ahead and wrap this show on up, and make sure that you stay plugged in for our next show. And remember, asrealisitgetstv.com for all the replays and all that good stuff. Holla at your girl. All right. Well, we out of here. Deuces.